You're going to see a few other packet filtering firewall rules where you can block a service, uh, uh, block a particular website, block a port based on the packet you are receiving. You can also log your traffic on a particular interface. Um, there are two types. You can configure firewall either through IP tables or through the UFW. UFW is an uncompiled, which is called uncompiled firewall, which is a nice front end for the IP table, which is built on the IP tables. So it's a front end for the IP tables. If you want, you can use that. You can also find how to use it through the manual page of UFW, like um, man UFW. So you'll be able to see all the options that you can use along with your W. So now I'm not going to use that. Now it's like I have telnet access on my VM2 and VM3. If you don't have a telnet on your machine running, just install it through the apt get and just follow the steps. There are a lot of online pages like you where it that says how to configure a telnet on your machine. Make sure that your configuration file is correct so that uh, and your system is running with telnet. Then it's like I'm able to telnet from one line from my to my VM3, which is like 2.8. Um, it's 2.8. So now I'm able to access I'm into the VM3 machine. So you can. So likewise, I'm able to access to VM3 from VM3 to VM. So let me do that by. So I'm able to access Telnet on both the machines. So once you now what our task is to block Telnet on both the machines, So I go to VM2. I'm going to block VM3 from accessing VM2 through Telnet. So how I'm going to do is I'm going to block the input, whichever the incoming packets that is going to happen. So since the packet is destined to the input default chain, I'm going to add a rule in the input firewall in the input default table. So what you're going to do is append a command like where your policy is TCP and your source is 192.168.2.2.8 and on which port gonna access is 23. So what you're going to do is reject. You can also use a drop. So reject sends back a message to the end user, while drop doesn't do anything. So until you have the connection timeout, you won't know that the packet was dropped. So now I have entered this in VM3. I go to VM3, then again I try telnet. Again, I try telnet. Now I'm not able to access. So I'm doing the same. In VM3 blocking, I'm going to do an insert command this time. So by default, all your commands will be inserted at the top. So if you want to insert any, you can just give your numbers over here. So I'm just if you're giving one or no, it's like it's almost the same. So your policy it's like P uh, uh, TCP then source is going to be 192.168.2 dot 2.2, and DD port, telnet, uh, we're going to say drop drop. So now I'm going to the VM2 and trying to telnet VM3. So until a connection timeout happens, you won't be able to know that the packet was dropped. So this is the difference between the drop and the reject. Now next we are going. This will automatic. I'll show you afterwards. This will automatically. The packet is. I'll show you a connection timeout error. Now we are going to block the a particular IP address on VM3. So what we're going to do is that we are going to first find out the IP address. So I'm going to block my own workspace, which is the thought.com. So you can use the host name command like host hyphen t, which is like which tells you what query type. By default it's a, which is like it gives an address, which is an address type query, which like when you give an IP address, it gives when you give an IP address, it gives you the name of the website, or if you give the name, it gives the IP address, and vice versa. So it's like the thought.com. So method.com has this, so you have to block this IP address. So what I'm going to do is like since this is the packet that is going from your machine to outside, so you have to place it in the output chain. So I'm going to insert a command in. Since all your blocking and all should be at the first, and so make sure that you insert your commands appropriately based on the requirements. So now I'm going to insert it on my output output. So if my destination is if my destination is 192.2.1.36.173, then jump to reject. So I go to my web browser and I just enter. So my I have blocked a web server. So now let's go and see in VM2. See, since that the packet was dropped, there was a connection timeout a message being being shown. So you can display your firewall like you can see your firewall settings like what is there and what's not there. You can see through your IP table hyphen L where you say to list all the rules and not to resolve any name, like just show the IP address. So this is how your LV looks. So